Hi guys, my name is Lutz. I'm a retired journalist from Germany, and I created veggiechat, a channel on Twitch, on the Twitch platform, twitch.tv. You can find me there. And I created this channel because the issue veggie, meaning vegans, vegetarians, and stuff like that, the issue is so important that I felt the need to create this chat, and I felt the need to put some additional information on channel platforms like YouTube. So this veggie chat, it's all about let's save the world without meat consumption. That's what it's all about, because we know the world is in trouble. We have problems like the global warming, the glass house effect that we have, we have too many cars, fossil fueled, who destroy the atmosphere, which makes a global warming becoming a danger for all of us to survive on this planet. So that's only one aspect. We should not forget that the raising of animals for food production is responsible for global warming as well. For about 10 to 20% of global warming is being caused by the production of the raising of animals for meat production. So that's one big thing. The other big thing, of course, is that morally speaking, I found the number, and I found the number a few days ago, and it's still confusing me a lot. The number is 56 billion animals are being slaughtered every year worldwide for meat production. That means that about almost 2,000 animals are killed every second for global meat production. Well, you may ask, we need meat to eat to survive. Now, well, I can tell you it's not true. We eat meat because we grew up with eating meat, with drinking milk, with eating eggs. We grew up with this without any reflection about it. Well, there's a history of human beings and eating meat. In those Stone Age days, hundreds of thousands of years ago, when the humans hadn't even discovered fire to make fire, then they were just vegetarians, vegans. They were eating what they would find in those big forests that were all over the world, all over the globe. In those big forests, they would find plants, fruits, berries, vegetables, wild fruit, wild berries, and so on and so on, and they would eat this. Then they invented how to make fire, and they found out that they could shoot deer, they could shoot animals in the woods, wild animals, and grill this meat on fires, and then they would eat it because it would make them full. It would make it, yeah. So that's how man became a meat eater, like thousands and thousands years ago in those Stone Ages. Then, by the time going on, humans became farmers. They started to do agriculture. They started to grow plants in a dynamic way, so they would have more plants to eat, more fruits to eat, regular meals to have. That's why they started farming. And farming not only meant growing crops and growing fruit and growing vegetables. Farming also meant growing vegetables and corn and other stuff for the food productions for animals that they would raise. They would raise animals so they didn't have to hunt them anymore. They could have them at home. They could raise them there. They could drink their milk, eat their eggs, and finally slaughter them and eat the meat. So that's like what happened like thousands and thousands of years ago when farming was invented. This continued over the decades, over the centuries, and there were only few human beings on planet Earth, like 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 million in those days. Nowadays we have 7 billion humans living on Earth. And we have, as I just already mentioned, we have like 56 billion animals being slaughtered every year for meat production. And we cannot allow this to happen anymore because it's just killing the planet. And morally speaking, killing 56 billion animals each and every year, well, it's a moral question, I should say. We should think about it, why we would do that, and if it's still needed. And I think it's not needed because we can go back to a vegan lifestyle without eating meat, without eating eggs, without eating milk. Just tonight I saw on television here in Germany, I saw a film, a documentary on milk production. And there were some experts saying that the milk industry puts a lot of effort in it with advertising and with lobbying politicians to make the world still believe that milk is a healthy stuff to eat. And some experts said, no, it's the other way around. Milk isn't all that healthy. It's responsible for, some people had headaches, and it stopped when they stopped drinking milk. Others had other illnesses, and because milk basically is a stuff that is produced by humans as well as by animals to feed kids, to feed babies. And that's what milk is good for. And after a certain age, the babies stop living on milk, and they lose the ability to digest milk in a productive way. So it's a question mark if we should, as grown-ups, still consume milk. So that's one aspect that I learned today, that milk isn't all that healthy. that we still think it is, but in fact it is not. That's what I learned just tonight. Eggs, pretty much the same. Eggs are not that healthy because they contain a lot of animal fats in it that are not healthy. As well, the same as it goes for milk and for eggs. They are too fat. And when we continue to nourish our kids, our young children, with too much milk and too many eggs, then they start to overweight. Obesity is the word to mention. They start to overweight, and that's not a healthy thing. It's not healthy. So it's a good decision for grown-ups to stop drinking milk, to stop eating butter and cheese and eggs. So it's a good idea to become a vegan, to concentrate on the good stuff that we get from plants to produce food for humans. And well, once you go to a vegan restaurant, and I would advise everybody to do so, go to a vegan restaurant and see like what beautiful products they present on the menus that you can eat, made out of vegetables, without milk, without butter, without cheese, without eggs, without meat. There's so much beautiful stuff that you can eat, and delicious. It tastes pretty good. It's delicious and it's so healthy. So that's the one thing that I would like to discuss on my veggie chat channel on Twitch. And well, there's so many political stuff as well with this issue that we could discuss, like why farmers are lobbying politicians to keep the status quo as it is, and why we do subsidize with tax money farmers who produce way too much milk and way too much butter and way too much meat. So all this could be discussed on veggiechat on Twitch. And that's why I created it for, and I was only just raising a few items that could be discussed, and we should do so, and I hope to meet you there in our chat. And until then, hope to see you soon. Stay healthy, don't eat meat and eggs and milk, and try some vegan stuff. See you then.